Hey everybody, I'm Pete Collins and I'm one of the Photoshop guys here, and I'm really excited about some of the new features in the latest version of Photoshop. This one in particular I'm really excited about because it's taken Smart Sharpen, which was great, and given it extra features to make it even better. Let's take a look at what it does. Let's say you have an image like this that looks okay, but because it was at night or other things, it's just a little soft. Well, if you come in here and you simply want to go to Filter, Sharpen, and come down to Smart Sharpen, one of the first things you're going to notice is that the interface is a little bit different. You can make it a lot larger, and you also have a few more options that you can play with. First thing you're going to realize right up here at Preset is not only can you choose a custom preset that you have, but you can save and load other presets. So let's say you find one that you like that really seems to work. Save it as a preset and you can go back to it over and over again. But let's look at how it works here. First thing you're going to want to probably do is come down here and you're just going to start wanting to adjust the amount of your Smart Sharpening until you start to maybe get some halos going around the edges of it. That's when you'll know you'll need to back it off a little bit and maybe tweak the radius down a little bit. The good news is you can see all this in live preview. You're going to be able to tell how that looks, how it doesn't look. One way that you can do a quick preview is just simply take your cursor and move it slightly, like you grab the preview, and it's going to toggle off and on between sharpen and unsharpen. Now, I love this great new feature of reducing noise, but also choosing what kind of blur you need. Perhaps it's an overall blur and you want to reduce the Gaussian blur. You now have that option. Lens blur. If you moved instead of the object moving, you're going to want to use that one because it's got a little bit different mixture to it and how it's going to sharpen it up. And then finally, motion blur. Let's say you took a picture of something moving, you may want to apply that so that it sharpens that up versus camera movement. So that's a great new feature there. And when you have motion blur, you're going to be able to direct what angle that motion may be that the object moved. So just be aware you've got this little toggle over here to circle around and decide what angle your blur is going to be at. Great new feature. I'm going to go back to Gaussian blur for right now. And then this is what I'm also excited about, is that you're able to then tweak the amount of sharpening that goes on both in the shadows and the highlights. Now, if you know about noise, noise often happens in the darker areas, so you can actually tweak up and down the amount of sharpening that goes on in the shadows to help reduce some of that noise coming through. So you've got all these little adjustments that you can make between the shadows, the highlights, and the amount to really tweak how your sharpening is going to look. When you're done, you just simply hit OK, and you get a great, sharper image than you could have gotten before, simply because they've added some neat new tweaks to it. Let's look at the before and after. This is the after, and that's the before. Soft, much sharper. Once again, here is the before, and now after Smart Sharpen. You can see how it cleaned it right up. So I'm really excited about this. It really is smart sharpening. Make sure you check out other videos here on the site and see what all the great new features are in this newest version of Photoshop. Once again, I'm Pete Collins, one of the Photoshop guys, and thank you so much for watching.